Storm in Florida, which is always something that comes, it goes. It happens all the time. And I remember I did a show like this, years ago. And every time I would report on something that had to do with the weather, it was like stupid because nobody cares a week later. But this is a big storm. This is a big one. Hurricane Ian makes landfall in Florida, and it'll probably be over Florida by the time, or maybe out of Florida by the time you see this video, but that's not the important part here, okay? It is a big storm. I believe it's a Category 5. I believe, okay? We don't get, of course, these kind of, typhoony, hurricane-type storms here. We get the microbursts, which are just like this. They come in. Now, they don't last, an hour, 2 hours. They come in, they last 10 minutes, and they blow on out of here. But I love them. I don't know about you, but it's part of the fun of summer, Justin.
It's the best part.
It is. It really is. And we had one about, I guess it was like a week ago.
My fiance gets microbursts, too. There's some humor for you.
I'm not even going to go there. Okay, maybe my brain goes someplace different than yours, but well, speaking of that, my wife and I, we were out in the this last one. It blew in hard, just like this. Look, just like this, just almost identical in our backyard, and tore down all the umbrellas that we have back there, and wiped everything out as it does. And everybody puts up on Facebook all of their pictures of the destruction and mayhem from these storms. We got stuck out there having to move everything. And it was a weird thing. Now, you may not want to hear this, Justin, but we were out there wet, sopping wet, fighting the wind and the rain. And it was kind of warm, not because it's Arizona, of course, and just all of a sudden we just started making out in the rain. It was like a romantic comedy.
Weird.
I know, but it puts that kind of
At
energy
your age,
in
huh?
It gets you going. It does something, okay? You don't need testosterone shots when you got a nice monsoon storm moving through. But we enjoyed it. I love it. I've often thought, I should move someplace just where it's just monsooning all the time. Or hurricanes. I would love to, I don't know, try to survive a hurricane like this. Just stick it out. Stick it through it. I think that would just be kind of an adventure. Mm-hmm. And everybody goes, oh, well, that's, could be deadly. That's the point. You get out of your comfort zone a little bit. And
That's where the thrill comes from.
Yeah. So, like you watch these storm chasers chasing these storms down. I think that always looked cool. They had a show. I don't know if it's still on, but they had a show about that. And I loved it. I watched it all the time. But anyway, I had to talk about that just a little bit because I love this kind of weather. I don't know. I'm attracted to it, man. I go out there when the storms are going. There's an energy in the air that just, I don't know. It's weird. Is it just me?
Yep.
If you get that kind of feeling, go ahead and comment down below whenever you feel that kind of, it's just an electricity in the air with these big storms. They're so powerful and they're just, I don't know.
Well, everyone in Arizona likes the weather, of course.
Yeah. And so, but it's going to be a big emergency situation. And of course, they're talking about, the fact that Biden is going to have to, of course, release some kind of relief for funds, to help in, building back Florida and all of that. So I saw these two articles and I wanted to just juxtapose them for a second. There was a Newsweek article. Do you see that there? And I love the way that the media portrays things. So what does it say? I just want to let's just look at the title for a second, because that's the lead in. DeSantis praises Biden as Florida governor changes tone before Hurricane Ian. How does that sound to you? It's kind of like he changed his tone because he suddenly realizes what a great guy Biden is, just how giving, how caring Biden is during this time of emergency. And you see this, the way that the Democrats, I don't know, man, they're really lucky. At first they had the virus before the election, and they used it Now, here we come into the midterms. We got this great storm coming through, and Biden can look like the grand hero, the great and powerful Oz. I'll give you, reparations for this, COVID relief for this, prescription drug relief for here. Let's go over to the other article that I got there. Like I said, I want to juxtapose this with the Hill's coverage of this. Biden speaks with DeSantis about Hurricane Ian. Oh, not quite the same pandering to the left that you saw in the other article. Well, let's go down and see what this says here. President Biden spoke to Florida Governor Ron DeSantis on Tuesday evening, shortly after the governor said during a press conference that Biden had not yet called to discuss Hurricane Ian. He hadn't even called him yet. Okay. But Biden spoke this evening with the Governor DeSantis in Florida to discuss the steps the federal government is taking to help Florida prepare for Hurricane Ian. Down here, he says, I'm happy to brief the president if he's interested in hearing what we're doing in Florida. Does that sound like Biden coming and running to the rescue to you? Okay, the federal government. First of all, the federal government's supposed to be there for this type of stuff. It's not like you should be going and begging the federal government, hey, can you help us out, during this time that...
Yeah, that's what foreign countries do. They come and beg for our help.
Yeah.
But our own states shouldn't.
I really kind of wonder if Biden's there going, well, if you just would have listened to me on all this climate change,
No, he'd be like, if you were vaccinated,
if you would,
this wouldn't be happening.
Right. If you weren't so racist, okay, the storm would have been easier on you. My view on all this is like you've got people's lives at stake. You've got their property at stake, and we don't have time for pettiness, he continued. We got to work together and make sure that we're doing the best job for them. So my phone line is open. That's DeSantis saying that, right? It should be Biden, but no, it's DeSantis saying that. And, let's face it, the only thing that the Democrats are going to do here is use this storm as a tool. They see something like this and it's like the virus. God is on our side. Oh, I can't, the luck that these people have, we're just before the election's coming up. Let's go ahead and bury all the open border BS, all the shutting down the drilling, shutting down drilling in America and bringing up the gas prices, the crime rate, the drug deaths, the homelessness that we see. The homelessness is out of control. Mm-hmm. People who are just crazy on drugs, out committing crime like crazy. We've been seeing some of these videos. Have you been seeing some of these videos lately? If you've been keeping up on the news, it's just every day, 2 or 3 more. And these are just the ones that they're catching on video of these thugs beating the hell out of the populace.
I have not seen that.
Dude, and it's gruesome. Now, Fox's credit, they play it over and over and over. They let you know, look, this is the reality of it. You need to be aware. This is the world we're living in now. But these are just the ones that are caught on film. I wonder how many we're not even seeing, But yeah, let's bury all of Biden's record over the last 2 years, the Afghanistan disaster, of course, going to war in Ukraine. Let's bury all that and let's focus on this hurricane and all the relief that I'm going to be bringing. I'm just saying that's the way I see them doing this. So I want to bring up, and this is what will hopefully make this a little bit more long tail. If you stuck around for this long, we'll make it worth it. Okay, there's a video here, just a short video of Biden's speech yesterday and what he says about bringing together. Do you have it there, Justin? I think it might be. Yeah, there we are. Just listen to what he's saying here. I might have you stop in the middle of it as we're going along. It's actually very short, but just listen. This is his message to you, the people who just haven't been really.
We have to remember who in God's name we are. We've kind of forgotten it. We're the United States of America.
Stop.
No,
we haven't forgotten anything. Okay? You have forgotten that we are the United. That's the one thing that we forgot. We've forgotten. What's wrong with you people? You have forgotten that it is the United States of America. We're going to get to why this is so important and why I'm making this such a point.
Because, again, he's claiming that we are doing something
Yes.
that they are doing themselves.
Well said.
And that's the number one thing that they continue to do over and over again.
Well said.
All right.
I'm more optimistic in my life about our prospects. There is simply nothing beyond our capacity to get done if we do it together.
Stop. As if this whole time we haven't realized that, and that hasn't been the mission of we the people. Certainly has not been the mission of this administration, but go ahead, let's see how he wraps it up here.
You mean the democracy, the political democracy that they have? Yeah.
So God bless you all, and pray that we figure out how to come together better than we have so far, because a lot of people's lives and futures depend upon it, and I'm confident.
Let's pray that we come together.
Did he just wake up?
Right. I mean,
Absolutely confident.
he's
we can get it done. God bless you all, and may God protect our troops.
And what he means by get it done is keep the Democrats in power, is really what he's saying there. But yes, we have to all come together. He knows we can do it. He knows. It's a funny thing that how much he's saying that now, but yet just 4 weeks ago, he was, Trump supporters represented extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic. His words, exactly. With the red background, the big Hitler-esque background that he had going there, talking about how the MAGA Republicans were a threat to the U.S. and just rocked the very foundations of our republic and all of that. And really, it was othering people, right? It's them, and they are the problem, and they need to be stopped. Of course, this is a third of the U.S. Voting population that he's talking to. It's a big chunk. Okay, that's not just a few extremists. Of course, anyone that believes in any conservative, has any conservative values now is an extremist. Doesn't matter. If you don't go along with Biden, you're an extremist and a threat and a domestic terrorist and on and on and on. So why is this so important? He's saying right there, we need to come together. 4 weeks ago, he's saying we need to stand up against this other faction, this other half of the populace, of the voting populace right now. Which is it? Well, it's both. And that's how gaslighting works. When you ask yourself, why, I don't understand. Actually, he does it all in the same speech, especially the one that he did 4 weeks ago, the soul of the nation speech, okay? He says something where he goes, I know we can come together, we come together, but we need to stop this group over here, these people over here, these people who are voting against it, but we need to, I know that we can come together. And what it does is it just throws your brain into a state of is it this? Is it this? Is it this? Is it this? That's how gaslighting works. By creating division and making everyone wonder, are we together or are we divided? And that way you can say either one. It's dangerous. Gaslighting is one of the most dangerous things to be exposed to. I don't care if it's in a government or if it's in a relationship. And I've been in one of those relationships. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Okay, and you don't know which way is up. Okay, you don't know if you're wrong, if you're right, who your friends are, if what you're saying is destructive, or you just don't know. Is it my fault? Should I be focusing? So a lot of it is to make you feel as if it's all your fault. It's your problem, and it's not. It's the gaslighter there. Gaslighting is a form, I just want to read this real quick. Gaslighting is a form of psychological manipulation in which a person or a group covertly sows the seeds of doubt in a targeted individual or group, making them question their own memory. It's a good thing we have video.
Right.
Perception or judgment, often evoking in them cognitive dissonance, okay? And other changes, including low self-esteem. As I said, you don't know whether you're right. You don't know whether you're wrong. You're trying to, what's right and what you feel is right, but what you're hearing kind of makes sense here, but then it doesn't make sense there. It's terrible. Dr. Jennifer Sweeten, a Stanford and Harvard trained trauma specialist, defined gaslighting as a sneaky, difficult to identify form of manipulation. Psychologists say narcissists are likely candidates because they are more invested in getting what they want, regardless of the needs of the people, and then feeling no remorse. Sound familiar? Sound familiar? This is what we're experiencing right now, okay? And I want to bring it to your attention so that as you're going through this, you're questioning how you feel and your principles, your values, the things that you don't feel right because your gut's telling you this is not right, what I'm hearing here. I want to bring it to your attention and understand that what you're seeing here is gaslighting 101, big time. And it plays best for narcissists. And let's face it, politicians, most of your politicians are narcissists. Mm-hmm. And I believe that that's what we're fighting right now in this country more than anything is narcissism. That's why I feel that these absolute immature brats that are in government right now are the narcissists. This is their world. This is their time. And these narcissists are their people. Don't buy into it. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put a T-shirt out. Dude, it's going to be... I decided to put one out that says narcissists are the new zombie apocalypse. That's what we're against right now. I don't know. Maybe I'll put it in here someplace. Go over to midnightamerican.com and see the merch that we have over there. And maybe you'll see that T-shirt up there. I think I'm going to do it.
Do it.
Okay.